What is up, you guys? I'm looking really pale. I'm in my car. Oh, I hate when it does this. It looks like I have a filter, but I don't. Let me see if this works. Whoa, that's too bright. Hopefully it stays. Okay, so I'm in my car. I tried filming this video. I tried. It was too long. It was like an hour something long. So I had to freaking delete it. So I decided to get back in here. I am going to go to the movies. But I guess I want to tell you guys a story that happened to me recently. I have a shitload of things that have happened to me, and so I feel like this is the perfect place to kind of have like a sit down and talk and tell you guys, like, sorry, my bangs are like getting really annoying. I'm trying to have patience here. I'm trying. I really am trying, but my bangs are starting to get really annoying. But anyways, so this recently happened to me. So how long is it from here to the movies? I think I checked it. It was like... Anyways, I have some time, so I don't know where to start with this story, but this happened to me recently, and I want to share stories with you guys just because, like, I want you guys to, like, learn from situations that I've been in. I tend to always be in just really weird situations, but anyway, so me and this friend, we have been friends for a very long time. We were school friends. I'll just leave it at that. I won't give too much detail. I'm going to the movies and I'm just going to put lip gloss on. And obviously after school, like, we kind of like went our own ways, and we like didn't really, like, we were friends during school, but like we never hung out like outside of school. I was very like that with all my friends. I just had very particular friends that I hanged out with outside of school. Let me tell you, school for me was, after my parents' divorce, it was very hard for me. Like, I felt like no one understood me. And I also felt like no one understood my situation, which was very, very hard growing up, because some people get it, some people don't, etc. So we reconnected recently. I'll just put it that way. Here and there we've hanged out and everything. And if you guys didn't know, I tend to go to a lot of events. I go to a lot of concerts. I have so many concerts coming up this year. I'm excited. I just got tickets for Bullet of a Valentine. I'm so excited. I've never seen them live before. I've always wanted to see them. I didn't even know they were coming. But I just saw like this little ad thing, whatever, and I saw them, and I was like, wait, they're coming, and they're coming to one of my favorite venues. I'm very, very particular about venues and where I sit. You know, I will spend a coin if I need to get really good seats, especially if it's a good venue. So I love the venue they're coming. I can't wait. But anyways, back to my story. So I was on my way to a AC/DC tribute. Let me tell you a story about that. So me and my mom, we love going to concerts, and my mom actually saw AC/DC live when they came to Atlanta a few years ago. I sadly could not come because me and my ex-husband, we were at a Falcons game. We had season passes and they had a game that specific night they were there. I was so bummed because I really wanted to freaking go and see AC/DC. But anyways, they were doing a tribute. So this band, like, they, you know, literally all of them, not the whole band, but the two main people looked identical as band of the band. But anyway, so I was on my way there and my mom was like telling me how to get there, whatever. And this particular friend calls me and she's like, hey, like, what are you doing? And so she wasn't shocked that I was on my way to a show. Everyone knows that I'm either on my way to the show, on my way to a show, on my way to the movies, or on my way somewhere, because I'm always out and about. I'm never really home. I'm just I'm a homebody when I want to be a homebody, but specifically where we're living now, I don't like being in the room. It's really sad and depressing, and I can't wait to get out of where we're living at. So anyways, she tells me, hey, you know, once you're done, come over to this bar. They're closing. It's their last weekend here. Da da da. So I'll give you guys a story of what's happening to this bar. So this bar, I've never been into this bar until this night, okay? I think there is a lot of reasons why I made the choice to never go to that bar. It's because it just looks nasty. I'm sorry. From the outside, I didn't even want to know what the inside looks like, but from the outside, it looked nasty. Okay, you can just tell when a bar does its work and they make it nice and clean, and then you just know other people just don't. You know, it is how it is. So my friend is like, and I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then she's like, you can invite your mom. My mom will never come to a bar with me. Just because we're very close, but we ain't that close. Like, my mom doesn't like hanging out with my friends. Like, she's like, that's your time to be alone, whatever. So the show was great. I'm not gonna lie, the show was amazing. It was fun. I felt like even though I didn't get to experience the actual band to see them live with my mom, I got to see a tribute band. That's enough for me. They looked pretty good. They sounded pretty good too. So it was a jackpot for me. Me and mom would go to a lot of concerts together. So this was, you know, if they go on a tour again, I'm not going to miss it this time. I really want to see them. So the show was great. It was awesome. It ended pretty early because they didn't play all their songs. They played some songs. Which is great, and they gave a lot of energy, and you could just tell that they really love what they're doing, like, you know. So I dropped my mom off. I switched to a different purse. Actually, no, I don't. I take the same purse. I just take some stuff out of my purse, and I call an Uber. Well, I get an Uber. So ever since my uncle passed, after that horrible DUI wreck, I have really been careful with what I drink, who I drink with, and how much I drink. And also, I don't drink and drive. I used to, and I know that sounds horrible, but we all have done it at least once in our lifetime. I did it a lot in my 20s. Very, very sad, but true. I'm always going to be honest with you. I'm not going to be a filter, and I'm not going to tell you, oh, I was a good driver and all stuff. I mean, I was a good driver, but, like, I wasn't responsible. I shouldn't have been driving and drinking. But ever since that car wreck, it has really opened my eyes, and I'd rather spend $40 than getting arrested and giving that call to my mom. And, you know, me and my mom are very, very close. And my mom, she may love me and everything, but she's always told me, if you ever go to jail, you will stay there. I will not fucking bail you out. You are there for a fucking reason. So I know me calling my mom from jail especially for a DUI, my mom would like completely disown me, one. And two, I think my mom would be so disappointed in me, especially the way how my uncle passed. If you guys didn't know, my uncle passed away in a huge car wreck. He wasn't driving, someone else was driving, and they had been drinking that night. Very heartbreaking. My uncle should not have died the way he did, but he did. It's just how life is. It sucks, but you know, what can we do? Shoot, let me see if I need to start making my way over there. Okay, so I can't drive and use this. I don't think they will let me, but I'm gonna take a break and then come back and tell you guys. Maybe I'll tell you some part of it when I park into the parking deck of the movie theater. I've never been to this movie theater, so I want to get there a little early just to kind of see the vibe and see what's inside and see if I want to order anything. You know what I mean? If it's clean enough for me to want to order anything. So I'll be right back, okay? So, time out. Literally, I just parked my car and 2 cars end up being here. So, I'm here at the movie theaters. It's a little crazy. I'm shocked. There's actually a lot of cars here. Sorry, the lighting sucks. I kind of just don't want to bring my little box of light out. It's gonna do. Okay, so I get my Uber. My Uber ride was a little crazy too. I'm not gonna go in there, but so I get there, and before I get out of the car, there was like someone behind my Uber driver and like honking. I was like, oh my god, what's up with people and not having patience when it comes to driving? I don't understand people, especially here in Georgia. People don't give a fuck in Georgia when it comes to driving. But anyways, so I get inside, I let her know that I'm there, and immediately she's like, let me get you a drink, let me hook you up with the drink, da 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 da, which I was planning on getting my own drink. And I didn't really even know what to even order, just because I was not really planning on staying out after the show. My plan was just to go home and probably eat dinner with my mom. And so we get to the bar, and I ordered just a whiskey with Coke, which I realize I can't drink whiskey anymore. It's just too strong for me. I used to be able to drink it really smoothly. Now I prefer more soda than liquor. So like in my cocktail, whatever drink. So I need to like get a straw. Like I ended up getting like a soda straw, like those really big ones, and I was just stirring it because it was just too strong. He made sure they were strong as fuck. So we go outside for a little bit. We're talking. She told me beforehand that another friend was gonna be there. She told me her name, and I don't remember people's fucking name. Apparently, we also went to the same school. I never met this bitch. Okay. So her friend was a little too touchy, like with them too. And I felt like they were getting too touchy. And then my actual friend, was getting too touchy with me. She kept hugging me and saying, I love you so much. And I'm like, bitch. I hate when people get drunk enough to when they start telling you they love you. I don't freaking understand why that happened. But then we go inside, and then the first thing happens. The first thing that happened was that there was a photo booth. Sorry, my camera keeps like not focusing. I think it keeps focusing on something else. But anyway, so no one had cash but me. It's like, whatever. Of course, my ass has a little bit of cash. So then I give her 20 because that's the lowest thing I have. And so she only needed 5. So she's like, oh, I'm gonna go get change. Okay, so she comes back with the change, and she sees me with a clear purse. Okay, I carry around a clear purse when I go to concerts and shows. Just, you know, I don't care what policy it is. I go with the teeny tiny little purse that's clear to all my events, even if they allowed big bags. I don't give a shit. I'd rather just, you know, especially when it comes to the concerts, please always go with something very light, but just because you just do not know fucking people. There can be, I mean, how many times have there been concerts where there's bomb threats and shootings and all, and I know this is like all red flags, and I understand that, and I'm probably may blur these words out, but I don't know if YouTube will let me. But there's always just, you just don't know. You never know. Go comfortable to concerts. You don't know what can happen. You don't know if you need to run out because the stage collapsed or whatever. I mean, there's so many things that have happened in the past, and it's most likely going to still happen. So, that's my little advice for events. So, then, she comes back and she's like, do you want me to hold this for you? And I said, no, I can put it in my bag. And she's like, oh, okay, because I can just hold it for you. What? Why? I don't understand. That was the first shit. I thought that the picture was just going to be them two and not me. I am not a person who likes to take pictures with people I don't know very well, just because I've learned from the past that it's just best to just only take pictures of people you know. So that happens. I end up getting in the booth with them and taking a picture. It was really awkward. I just met this bitch, and they were acting like we've known each other our entire life, which we didn't, you know? Okay, the night keeps going. Her friend is really, really drunk at this point. She was drunk when I got there. She was drunker now. It was really sad to see her just kind of just be. And so then we sit down and we're just watching a live performance. There was like a local band there performing. They were just performing tributes, you know, they weren't really singing they did sing one song that they wrote. So then the friend just leaves. She just leaves. She's like, she dips and she looks, I'm hoping she got a ride there and she was Ubering home, because she looked like she just could not stand up, if you know what I mean. Okay, now it's just me and my friend. We go outside, we're talking, and she confesses to me that she thinks that her brother is either gay or bisexual. I honestly did not know what to tell her. Was I shocked? I mean, yes, because this person had apparently confessed to her that he liked me, and then when I wanted to like move on with that, like move forward with that, because I thought he was kind of cute too, nothing occurred. And she thinks that it was because like me and her are very close. I don't think that's the case. I think now he is either bi or gay, whatever. Whatever. At this point, I really don't give a shit. But I felt like I was not the right person to have this conversation with. Also, she needed to be sober. She was drunk, and it was just very awkward. And then we go inside. And I order another. She's like, do you want another one? And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, you know. Once again, I offered to pay for my drink, but she just insisted in her paying for it. So, then she tells me that we need to go, and I had just gotten my drink, so I'm over here chugging my drink. We just had a very awkward conversation, and now I'm rushing to drink this, and she tells me, hey, just give me cash for the tip, and I will pay the rest, and I'm gonna go pee. She puts my $10, and she's like, $10? And I'm like, yes, like, okay, I need to go to the movies. I'll come back and I'll finish the story, okay? Promise. Okay, So back to the story. I I went to the movies. I saw the movie. It was really good. I came to Quick Trip real quick and got something to eat because I didn't have dinner and I'm starving. And the movie theater, like I said, it was my first time ever going there. It was a little creepy. Like, it was really big, and I'm not used to, like, the movie theater that I go to is kind of small. I got Takis, and I got this hot and spicy chicken sandwich. I've never tried it. We'll try it on here. But back to the story. So, that first thing happened. My friend leaves, whatever. And this is the two of us. And we're talking. I think I said all that, right? Okay. So then, after she criticized me for leaving a $10 tip to the bartender, she goes to pee. Our bill was like $28, $29 or something like that. I gave him a 10 as a tip, not thinking that, you know, I thought there was a tap open or something. Because she had told me that, like, something was going on with her system, like her card wasn't going through or whatever. Then, a bartender grabs it after a minute, brings it back over to me, and he says, pretty much, like, it's not enough. You still owe me money. So, old Marcy, the old me would have paid for it. But I haven't been paying for shit for my friends because I've had enough of being nice and all that shit. So I waited there. She did more than just pee because she was there for a minute. And she was just, she comes back and she's like, oh, let's go. And I'm like, no, like, you didn't pay for our drink. And she's like, yes, I did. And I'm like, no, you didn't. And kept going back and forth. And she's like, it's okay, Marcella, we can just leave. She kept saying that over and over. And I'm like, no, we're not leaving here until you pay. There was an elderly guy sitting, and he just was like concerned and I think shocked that this person was like not wanting to pay. I just realized that part's really horrible. And we go back and forth, and she's like, fine, I'll give him my card. Gives him the card. He swipes it, I don't know how many times. And I hope you know that when a business swipes your card, every time it costs the business something. Like, I think it's like $1 or something. I'm not really sure. But if you like swipe the card a lot of times, it affects the business because they end up losing money. So he kept swiping, nothing was happening. I was like, oh my god, this bitch doesn't have money. No, I have to pay this bill, because it wasn't just my drink, my 2 drinks, and then her 2 drinks. It was another glass of wine also, because her drunk friend, the drunk number friend 2 who left early, she had a glass of wine. So I was just really confused. A bartender then goes to another machine, swipes, nothing, until eventually the card goes through. I was very confused. Anyways, we leave, she pays, doesn't leave him a tip, which after all that craziness, I would have left tipped. I would have left a tip. A tip. There. I don't know how people do this. I can't do this. Like, eat and talk at the same time. But anyways, we leave. And we get to her place. We're talking. And she like wants me to spend the night. I'm not really feeling it. I'm not that drunk. I also Ubered. But she is like telling me about her like dating personal life, and she's complaining that like her ex-boyfriend like would give her all this attention and then she didn't want that, and now she's dating a guy who's not giving her any attention, and now she wants a dude that gives her attention. I'm like, girl, you're first of all, if you're a person who's wanting attention, you should not be dating someone who has kids, who has like an ex-partner that's still part of your life, because you won't be one. You will always be at the bottom of the list. And yeah, so that's what happened. Let me know, has this happened to you before? I hope it hasn't, but if it does happen to you in the future, now you know what to do. Just leave. Just pay for your things and leave. Call it a night. Because things got heated the second we got to her place. Not in a sexual way, but like heated as in like we were arguing back and forth and all this stuff. And oh god, it's tense. I feel like white people, and I've noticed this a lot, that white people, when they start drinking, they get very touchy. Very, very touchy. Especially women. Why is that? I don't get it. I was very confused. And just very confused because I don't know. The whole situation was just very confusing to me. But I don't know what else to say. I was really shocked that my friend just wanted to leave, especially a place that is going out of business, meaning this bartender is relying on this check and these tips, you know. But she just wanted to dip, and I'm like, girl, no, no, not on my watch, my mama. And it made me wonder, is this something that she does frequently? That she just orders stuff and then doesn't pay for it? That's sad. That's really sad that people do that. But that's what happened. I'm gonna take a break from seeing her for a little bit. And yeah. Wild shit. I'm in a randomly parking lot, and all these drivers are like driving by looking at me like, what the hell is she doing? But peace out. Take care. See you in the next one. Don't be a dickhead. Don't be like this person who didn't want to pay for shit. Bye.